Two-man game, TMG, get the news fast, AMG, game of two boxes. Name two boxers that hit as hard as this. Yeah, we're cutting to the truth, no, there ain't no narrative. Eyes up on the cup this year, hear the stadium erupt this year. For my team, TMG.
Welcome to the Two-Man Game podcast, episode 74. We've been here nearly 3/4 of a century in. You know, we've been outside.
We've been outside putting in work, and whilst you guys have been relaxing, you know, your feet are being lazy.
Yeah, man. It's been an experience, man. It's been
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. We've got a lot to get into.
That's it. There's stuff to talk about. You hear it?
Man. Just looking at all of these things, I'm just catching up with just so much sports. Like, you know, May and April in the sports scene is just
April, May, and June.
It's just nuts because you got what boxing heats up. Most of the big there's a lot of big fights
Cinco de Mayo
around this period of time. Yeah, so you know, Khalil be fighting Cinco de Mayo, and then it's been obviously Tyson Fury and such, and Spence recently as well. Shakur Stevenson last week. Even what I think is Bratsy is fighting soon.
Bratsy Richard, that's a big fight.
It's fighting soon. So and then who knows when AJ and
Charlo, I forgot the other guy's name. He's fighting the rematch. He's fighting. AJ may be fighting in June or July. I think Kovalev is fighting. Those fights gone under the radar. Golovkin for not too long ago. There's a lot of big fights, man. I mean, shout out to the boxing.
So there's a lot of fights on at the moment. You know, this is the best time for money to be made. And then you got football coming to a close, champs, Premier League, FA Cup, all cups are up for
winning time.
And then you got NBA playoffs, man. NBA playoffs. This is a big time of year for us. This is where the crescendo of the year for all of our sports, maybe. Except for boxing. Boxing all year round. But I think we should start off with the Champions League. Obviously, a big week in the Champions League this week. I guess we should start off with the main story. Start with the Pep.
Pep's GOAT case needs to be put on pause. I don't want to hear no Pep is the GOAT, Pep is the this. And this is from a guy, Pep is my main inspiration for coaching. I want to take coaching as far as I can. I looked to him for a lot of inspiration and motivation, and he's just a coach you want to be. But objectively speaking, I can't call him the GOAT. I told him he needs to win another Champions League, especially one with outside of Barcelona, like I had for Messi. He needs to win a trophy outside of Barcelona, which he's done with Argentina. But Pep, he needs to win another Champions League, bro.
Where does this rank as a bottle? As a bottle job? Bro,
it's too much bottling. The GOATs don't bottle that much. And even if they do, they make up for it. Maybe he can make up for it in the future. I expect him to. But it's too much. Ranking as bottle jobs go, the Remontada is up there.
I think it's even worse than the Remontada because 2 injury time goals.
Even Liverpool's bottle job in the 89-90 season, I believe. You know what I'm talking about?
What, with the Premier League?
Yeah, when Arsenal won the Premier League. And Thomas is up for 2 goals. Now. Thomas, 2 goals in like 2, I believe 2 goals in like 2 minutes as well.
At the end of the day, this Pep bottle job, the fact that, okay, you conceded 2 goals.
It wasn't 2 goals, 1 goal in the last injury time.
It's 2 goals in injury time.
No, this one, Roman Jim, the Thomas won 1 goal in injury time.
Yeah, because Thomas scored in like 90.
Alan Smith scored before, and Thomas scored after, yeah.
So, yeah, this bottle job is up there with the Remontada for the simple fact that you even had the opportunity. Okay, you got time to regroup. You got time to even speak to your boys before extra time, and you still continue to bottle it. The decision to take off KDB at the 60th minute is still baffling to me.
70th minute.
It was 60th.
It's like 69th.
The 69th minute. Still baffling to me. You scored though. You went there. You scored. My eyes scored. I just can't. I'm still trying to like process how you lose this game. I think the key moment was when Kyle Walker got injured. And then, from a Man City character point of view, calls into question a lot of the character of the players. How does this repeatedly happen to this group of teams? You're winners, you're certified winners, you win leagues year in, year out. Why is it that when it comes to this big moment against a team that you should clearly win, you were the better side over the 2 legs. You absolutely demolished Real Madrid in those first 20 minutes. I don't know how it was only 1-0. Should have been more. No way you should lose that tie. Pep's a local champion, man. That's what he is. He's a local champion. Showing it with Bayern, showing it with Man City right now. Not much I can say about Pep at this moment of time. Where do you rank Pep now?
Overall, he's still in the top 5. I suppose he's still putting just about second. There's still some great coaches by Ayero's gone that would probably dismiss it. For me, it's still Alex Ferguson number 1. Mourinho's knocking around.
What's Ferguson's case for being number 1 over Mourinho or Pep? Because if you look at a Champions League level, only 2.
Yeah, but he's one.
Same team.
There were 2 different types of teams, 10 years apart.
10 years, okay. So you're talking generational over generation.
Yeah, the argument.
What was the difference? Porto and Inter. That's like 7 years apart.
The argument with Pep is that he's only won with Messi, Iniesta, and Xavi. That's what Trax will say. At least, but then again, 2 in 3 years. No, yeah, 2008, 2011.
2011.
No, 2009 and 2011. 2 in 3 years basically, or 3 seasons. Fair enough. But Ferguson's proven he can adapt a team, break him down, reconstruct a team, come back. He's done it at least 2-3 times.
But what's the difference in Mourinho? Mourinho's did it with Porto, did it with Inter.
I mean, the other guys have cases as well because they've proven they can come out their comfort zone. They've proven they can go to different countries, learn a different language.
How about Ancelotti?
Live in a different style. He's knocking around. He's the only manager to win a league title
in the 5 major leagues.
He's won 3 Champions Leagues, I believe. I mean, different teams. But yeah, the argument against Ferguson, like I said, he's not stayed roughly in his comfort zone. Scotland to England is the same culture pretty much compared to guys going from Germany to Spain to England. Like Mourinho's gone from Italy to Spain to England. Ancelotti, all the 5 major countries. Ferguson hasn't, really pushed himself in that manner.
So
But Ferguson's success rate, I think he's won. I think he's got the most trophies out of a lot. Still, obviously, he's played a lot more years. I said by the time I said in the next 3-4 years, I'd expect Pep to eclipse him. Especially if he won the Champions League like 2-3 years ago.
Full Prems in 5 years.
If he won the Champions League 2-3 years ago, I'd expect him to eclipse him. But he needs to win this Champions League, bro. Played the stuff outside the sport, play developing.
Then Wenger will be in this discussion.
But that's just one part. But Wenger doesn't have the other metrics like the winning.
He doesn't have the Champions League.
He has winning. Doesn't have the winning to their level.
He has the winning, not to that level, but he has winning.
He doesn't. His winning doesn't compare to those guys' winning. If you don't have the Champions League, you don't invite to the party. Those guys have more.
Then Ancelotti is it's more of a case of being number 1 than
Wenger. I'll take Ancelotti.
Then Ferguson.
Ancelotti's got 3 Champions Leagues over Ferguson's 2. The other winning league titles. Ferguson's got like 13 league titles, bro.
But he's got doesn't a league title in different leagues, so you're more adaptable.
He's got 5 titles. But actually, you can't make a case for Ancelotti being over him.
So he got 5 league titles.
Yeah.
In 5 different leagues.
Yeah. But it's not
well, that's like for talking about adaptability.
That's not just that. I told you this. Ferguson actually ran a club, not just man. He wasn't a coach. Ferguson actually controlled man. But remember, Ferguson.
But he's not many.
Listen. What did Ferguson do to United? The last time they won a title before him was like 20, 30 odd years. Ferguson reconstructed that club. Realigned that club.
The identity, yes. The DNA. He's in the DNA.
The player development he's done. The amount of players he's improved. Ancelotti can't come back. The only guy that can come back to that is Pep, Wenger, and maybe some other guys.
I think
other guys are loaded.
Klopp is about to.
Klopp his case is coming. He wins the Champions League, boy.
Klopp's not going no case, man. Man's always complaining about other team styles. And
Ferguson complained about his stuff as well, referees and stuff.
And allegations about his team having more asthma than aligned than everyone else in the country. There was 25% more asthma.
There's allegations that Pep's teams have been doing.
They're both.
Stuff. But Klopp's case is coming. Wins another Champions League. That's 2 Champions Leagues.
Ancelotti beats him. Then what do we say then?
I mean, Ancelotti wins that Champions League. Then Ancelotti's case is coming as well. But Klopp is younger. I mean, Klopp. By the time Klopp finishes career, I think he'll have a huge shout of being right up there. There's other managers forgetting. There's like guys like.
You talk about Sachi. That's gonna go. He
didn't do too much enough. What he's man. His success rate and then what he did, impact was strong, but it wasn't last like the light didn't last or burn long enough for me to say, oh, you can start, but he's up there.
What,
You got Trapattoni, you've got not necessarily Lippi's. You want to welcome. I don't have to see what he's done. I can't remember what he's done at club level. Del Bosque's not too bad, to be fair. He won't be for me. Ernest Happel, he won the Champions League, one of those lesser teams. Because on the Football Manager Hall of Fame, he's very much high up there. But number one is Ferguson right now.
So you look at Football Manager Hall of Fame.
That's it.
It's all those Premier League titles he wins.
Ferguson, he's won what, 13. I remember, it's not just people forget. It's not just at Manchester United. Bro. Aberdeen. He's the last manager to win a title. That's not the most managers at Celtic, wasn't managing Rangers for the last 50 odd years. It's a long, long time. He won Cup Winners' Cup. I think they won Europa League, not Champions League. He was a force. And until that United, he was a force. Like I said, he wasn't just a coach. He controlled a whole club, player development, all the metrics you want for a coach. Ferguson was literally it all. Aside from people that want to be hypercritical, say he wasn't a tactician.
He destroyed the DNA of the club afterwards.
Huh?
He wasn't a tactician though.
Yeah, but people say his tactics weren't that great. But
It's simple. It's easy.
simple yet effective.
Yeah, simple and easy to play.
I mean, simple yet effective. I mean,
And he one thing Ferguson was good. He was good at employing the right support staff around him to, complement his deficiencies.
there you go. I mean, he knows his strengths and weaknesses. I mean, I saw the clip where Perlo, I think, was saying about how Jason Park marked him out the game. And that was Ferguson's tactical point to get Jason Park to just run him out the game, and he did. I mean, people won't say, oh, that's tactician, but that's a great tactic to use.
It's just simple.
It's simple, but it works.
I've seen Mourinho do that all the time though.
And Mourinho, tactically, he has more claim. I guess Pep, tactically, because they've done stuff that are more, I guess, impactful, that are more obvious to see. Ferguson's are simple, but they win. They're effective. He plays to his strengths. He minimises his weaknesses.
As a tactician, Prime Mourinho is the greatest tactician I've ever seen.
When people think tactics, they just think defensive. Offensive is tactics as well, bro. To play
No,
that
people act like Mourinho's teams don't score goals.
They
Mourinho's
do.
teams score goals.
I think Real Madrid scored the most goals. Real Madrid scored the most goals in the league at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did.
He does score goals. Pep's overall for his eye for detail is the best, and I think it works out if you are trying to win a game, if you're trying to build a team over a period of time, I will take Pep. If I'm trying to win one game with the guys I've got, with the tools I have,
Mourinho's more adaptable.
yeah.
Sure.
If the tools I have,
That's
I
why,
have no, I don't have much time to work with these guys. Take Mourinho.
that's why Mourinho's case for being the greatest coming, because the way I look at it, one lens I look at the GOAT case is if you pluck any player or manager and just say you don't know what your players they're gonna get, you don't know what's gonna be at the table, you don't know what backroom staff, you don't know what finances, to say manage or play. Yeah, I mean, who's gonna be the most successful? And Mourinho in that scenario, you can really argue Mourinho, even though he spent a lot of money, but compared to all the other top managers, Klopp comes into as well. You could argue that they're gonna be so that's why I say not Ferguson. Going to basketball, that's where LeBron's case comes into it. If you say you don't know you don't know what tools you're gonna have, you don't know what's gonna be at your availability, you just say drop him there and play. So you can have the best of the best resources, you can have the worst. If it goes to the worst side, all the greatest players I've ever seen, basketball wise, it's LeBron will make you the most successful. You may not win, but you'll be the most successful. Switching back to football, Mourinho and Klopp, that's where they earn their stripes. But obviously, there's many ways to skin a cat, many categories to look into, and that's where all these other guys and when you added all this stuff into their mixer. That's where Ferguson, as it stands right now, I expect Pep to eclipse him. That's where Ferguson shines brightest, in my opinion. That's coach talk for you.
I feel like Pep is not a guy that's gonna manage forever.
He doesn't need to. I told you, if he wins in the Champions League, for me, I'll put number one. I mean, his success rate is phenomenal. People will say he's only managed top teams. You're damn right. The way I explain it is what I think I mentioned before. If you come out of uni and your first job is 40k a year, which I'll say 99% of people don't get.
I want you to work in a startup. They want Pep to work in a startup.
You're not going to go back and say, oh, let me go prove myself and work a 25k job. You're not going to. If you're used to 40k a year, ideally, most time you only go up unless you really want to change different perks.
Let's be real about Pep at Man City. He has actually changed the culture of Man City to a way that they are now powerhouses in the UK, in the Premier League. As in, you know now that Man City are firmly established as a Premier League top team.
Entity.
Yeah. Like before then, okay, when they won the title with Mancini, it was great. Like, to finally go over the hump. You won the title. Then I think Pellegrini won one title. It was like, okay, like Man City are team now. You think about now, you're in the conversation with Man United. You're in the conversation with Chelsea. Obviously, the new era, and Liverpool's obviously been there with Klopp. But Liverpool have only got one title. In this era of where they've been the two dominant teams.
One Champions League.
Well, one Champions League. But I'm talking about domestically.
It's not just domestically.
It is domestic.
It's
Well,
Champions
it's on a
League
domestic scale. We're talking on a domestic
You
scale.
can't just diminish
The
it.
impact
You can't
domestic.
you can't just
The
hide
impact
Champions League
domestically.
underneath the table.
Because then if Spurs had won it, we would have been saying, oh, like, Poch is there.
No, but yeah, that's how
And then
much.
Tommy T. Tommy T. Chelsea won one as well.
That's how much the Champions League weighs.
Wait, bro. Tommy T. case with Klopp is like neck and neck if we were looking at it like that.
No,
Because
Klopp.
all he has to do is win a league and guys will be saying, oh, Tommy
If he
T.
did that, then fair enough, but he hasn't. Well, Klopp-
Because
Klopp-
Champions
Klopp's
League, one
been to
Champions League win is not enough.
Klopp's been to-
Two
Klopp's been to the Champions League final as well.
two Champions Leagues that
If
we
Klopp
then we're
wins, if Klopp
talking.
wins this,
Then I'll say they're neck and neck.
him and Pep, it's tough. Because Champions League weighs a lot, bro.